Hi guys, welcome back. So just going to do a haul video. So this is going to be everything I picked up in the month of August 2024. Yeah, quite a bit to go through. So yeah, a bunch of stuff from HMV, a few imports again this month. Yeah, I'll show you what I picked up and yeah, we'll go through everything right here. So the first lot of items I picked up are from HMV. So I pretty much used, I think for most of this stuff, I managed to get them with the 20% off voucher online. So these prices came right down. So I decided to upgrade my Quiet Place Blu-ray to the 4K. So this was on the deal where you buy anything and you get it for, I think it was $9.99. Then you get your 20% off that. But it actually takes it down to $5.99. So I think because it took off the full price, the 20%, either way, it worked out $5.99 on the bill. House of Gucci, so this again was on one of those deals where you buy something and it goes down to $4.99, but it ended up being $2.99, so happy to pay $2.99 to find this one. I haven't seen this one yet, so yeah, I'll dig into that one when I can. And for the same deal as well, I got The Last Boy Scout, so obviously Bruce Willis in there. I don't remember seeing this one, but it might have been so long ago I can't remember it. But again, $2.99, happy to pay that for a gamble on that one. Heard really good things about this one, so Love Lies Bleeding. Haven't seen it as yet, but yeah, I heard this is pretty good. I don't usually pick up a new title, but I just fancied picking up a couple of new ones. So yeah, picked this one up, and I think this one came about £10, £11, something like that. So when the Arrow sale was on, if it still might still be on now, I'm not sure, but there's a couple of titles in there that looked interesting. Don't know anything about this one, but this is the We Are the Flesh. Yeah, this one worked out, I think, just over £7 with a 20% off discount on there. So yeah, £7 for an Arrow title, brand new, is pretty good just to look into. So this is one I've been on a bit of a found footage kick recently. So I keep seeing this one pop up on lots of channels. So on Skincrawler's channel, I think he did a video, and other places as well on there. So this is Gonjiam, I think it is, Haunted Asylum. So yeah, found footage movie, haunted movie. I haven't got to it as yet. I am filming this video just before the end of August, but yeah, haven't got to that one yet. Second site title looks really interesting from the trailers, and so I'm on a bit of a kick at the moment with the found footage movies. So yeah, looking forward to getting into that. So this one here, again, mostly because it was a media book, and I'd seen it again on Skincrawler's channel, I think. The Garbage Pail Kids, yeah, had never seen this one. It looks horrendous, but it looks like my kind of horrendous, so I thought I'd grab that one while I could with the 20% off voucher on there, so that worked out at $19.99. I saw Jamie Powell pick this one up, I think, and it worked out a good price, $23.99, something like that. So that is the Grudge collection on Arrow. So yeah, it was in the sale, obviously, and then when you take down the extra discount on there, you get 5 movies, can't think, 1, 2, 3, 4 movies in there. But yeah, so I'm sure everyone's seen that by now. But yeah, that worked out a pretty good deal. So this one I've had in, one in my collection, or wanted it in my collection for a little while. I have seen it before, quite enjoyed it. It's really low budget, and that is The Return of the Killer Tomatoes. So I keep picking this up in CEX, but it's either got a reprinted cover, or it's not in its original box, or it's one reason or another, or it goes up in price before I get to it. But yeah, for £7 roughly, with the discount popped off there, that was time to pick that one up for me. Now this one, controversially, I didn't enjoy this one. Let me rephrase that. I didn't enjoy this on first watch. However, I do love the director, and I love the first movie of this series. So maybe it caught me on a bad day. The majority of people, if not everyone, I find loves this film over the first one. I might just be on, the only person that doesn't, but I'm going to give it another go. And again, it was one of these ones that on an earlier purchase, it was on the half price, or the £5 sort of like, price point when you buy something in HMV. So with the extra discount, it brings it down to $2.99. So that's the price I'm willing to gamble again on a second viewing. That is Pearl. Yeah, so I know this is the most popular probably of the 3 movies so far by Ti West. X is still my favourite. I haven't seen Maxine yet, but yeah, I watched this when it first came out on streaming, and it wasn't as good as X in my view. I know that's a very you know, controversial opinion, but I'm going to give it another go because I'm sure there's more to it than what I first saw. So these are the titles I picked up from CEX over the course of the month. So usually it's a case of, as always, if you follow my channel, I tend to just chop stuff in I don't watch anymore, or I know I'm not going to get to, just didn't enjoy. So yeah, and then pick up these little ones as I go along the way. So I can't remember where I've heard about this movie before. I know 2 or 3 times I've heard this one come up in a list of various sort of recommendations. Can't pinpoint who it was, to be fair, sorry about that. But Bradley Cooper in the movie Burnt. So yeah, it was £4. Don't see it come up very often in CX near me. So yeah, I remember someone was mentioning this was pretty decent, so thought I'd pick it up when I had the opportunity. Probably saw this one in one of my videos earlier in the month, but that is the movie called Last Night. I remember really enjoying this back in the days. Keira Knightley, Sam Worthington, Eva Mendes. Yeah, just like a sort of a romantic drama thriller type thing. Yeah, it was good. I remember watching this on DVD quite a few times and getting quite a good you know, experience from that. So happy to pick it up. I think it was about £2.50, something like that, £2. This one here is an animation that really just sort of piqued my interest. It was about £3, I think it was, and that's Chico and Rita. Haven't watched it as yet. As I say, I'm filming this not too long after I picked these ones up, to be honest, quite early in August, but I ain't going to buy any more in August. I've definitely hit my limit for the month now. So yeah, I'm going to kind of, this is everything I'm going to pick up for the month, and I'll drop the video towards the end of August. But yeah, it looked really interesting. I watched the trailer, as I say, and the animation looks really unique and really different on there. Definitely looked like something that I want to get involved in. So yeah, £3, thought I'd pick it up. Now this one is another one that by the director Ty West, and as I say, I 9 times out of 10 I love everything he's done. I've seen almost everything. He's got quite a few, like 2 or 3 early movies that you just can't find anywhere on DVD, Blu-ray or streaming even, which I haven't seen. I think there's one more mainstream movie he's done which I haven't seen yet, which I do own, so I'm going to try and get onto that as soon as I can. But I watched this one the other night, and that is The Innkeepers. I had a really good time with this one. I thought it was really good. I really liked the kind of subtle mix of humour in there with some sort of horror-y bits. If supernatural horror is kind of the thing that gets you or scares you, you might find this one gives us a little bit of a chill down the back of your spine every now and again. It's not the creepiest film you'll ever seen. It's not the best film you'll ever seen. But yeah, he does a really good job in my view. I'd recommend watching that one if you like those type of movies. The cover doesn't really do a lot for it, to be fair, I don't think. Yeah, it could have had a lot better cover art on there to make it actually look like the movie it is. So I'd recommend checking this one out online and, you know, look at the trailer, look at the pictures to get a better view than just that hand, because that doesn't really appear. This one was doing the rounds quite heavily, so again, don't normally pick up new release as soon as they come out, but I couldn't help resist on this one. Everyone was raving about it. Abigail, yeah, I do agree. I love this one. This was really good, really fun. If you've seen it, I don't want to spoil any of these obviously, but if you've seen it, you know, I think the popping in here was my favourite part of the whole thing. I was laughing my head off. But yeah, Abigail, I'm sure everyone's heard about this one by now, so I won't linger. So this is one I found in a CEX at some point over thing with Elijah Cuthbert that I used to have on DVD way back in the day. It's not amazing, I don't think, from memory, but for £4, and it's one of those early 2000 movies, 2007, that is Captivity. Yeah, don't remember a lot about it. Obviously, she's probably in captive, I presume. But yeah, I wanted to give it another go for £4, and yeah, not one again that I see very often come up on CEX's site near me. So another one here I picked up. I basically upgraded my standard release to an Arrow release of this one. Pretty much again because it was a 4K scan on this versus the standard edition that I had before, which wasn't. It was just a standard transfer. And it's quite hard to come by. Had the slip cover, was a little pricey, but that is the Ronin. Yeah, really nice slip cover on there. It's £12 obviously, but using credit wasn't so bad. 4K scan, as I say, I haven't checked out the 4K scan yet, but I know everyone knows Arrow does a 4K scan. 9 times out of 10 it's pretty good. So this one, as I was doing my horror video sort of collections for the shelves behind me recently on Sundays, I did say that I hadn't got Halloween Ends yet, and by chance I was in a CEX and it just come in that morning I think, and they were about to put it out. It's £5. I thought I'd pick it up just for completion's sake. So yeah, I have seen it. Wasn't the biggest fan. Don't hate it, but just not sure how many times I'm going to rewatch it. But I know come 2 months time, come October, then I'm going to be craving some Halloween action. So I might as well pick it up when it's a £5 before they jack up the price near Halloween. Another one that was doing the rounds earlier on in the month, or the end of previous month, and that is Winnie the Pooh 2. So yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this one, or like get into this one. Yeah, I saw the first one, didn't mind the first one, it's okay. I quite like trashy horror. Heard this has got a lot bigger budget and is reasonably better film because of it. Again, I think Skin Crawlers was talking about this one on his channel. So yeah, really looking forward to checking that one out. So this one was a random one. So this one I didn't actually go in for. Normally I'm very targeted with my CEX sort of searches. As I've said before, I'll go on the app, search out what I want to find before I go in the stores, grab it, and then kind of come out. This one just caught my eye, and I picked it up, nearly put it back. I don't know much about it. The only thing that caught me on it was, one, it's got a nice slip on it, but the other one is it says it's a spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, which I'm a fan of. Dazed and Confused, got it on the Criterion back behind me there. And that is a movie called Everybody Wants Some. So yeah, I looked at it, and at £8 I thought, I don't know, it's a movie I've know little to nothing about. I quickly had a look on my phone, and this thing seems to be quite hard to get hold of. eBay was charging quite a pretty penny for this, way more than £8. And yeah, the more I read about it, the more I was sold on it. So I thought I'm going to throw it in there because it seems like a really good price at the moment for this title. So yeah, we'll check that out pretty soon. And this one, if anyone watches the channel regularly, you know I picked up a movie with Anthony Hopkins recently, and who was it? I think it was like Ryan. Was it Ryan? No, not Ryan Gosling. It was somewhere else. I'll try and find an image and stick it in here. But yeah, I picked that one up, and I remember seeing this one here, and this is a movie called Fracture. So I watched this one quite a while ago, quite a dark thriller. I think I thought this was the movie that I picked up a couple of months ago, even though I had seen that as well. But yeah, this was the one I thought I picked up. Does that make sense? But yeah, more of a darker thriller, a bit twisty. Yeah, but that's the one I was actually after. This was a CX, I think about £4. But pretty good from memory, but like a bit hazy on it for the amount of time ago I used to watch it. So yeah, happy to pick that one up. So this next title was, again, if you follow the channel, you'll know I've been sort of picking up trying to get hold of the Hatchet Uncut Blu-rays. I've got number 1 on Blu-ray Uncut now, and number 4, weirdly, just because they come up at a good price. So I've been looking for number 2 Uncut and number 3 Uncut. Number 3 is quite hard to find, sort of, like, unless you want to pay loads of money for it. But weirdly, I found, I think through Amazon France, you could get it under a different name, and it was the uncut version, and that was coming under the name Butcher 2. So yeah, it seems a bit random, but when I checked, it is actually Hatchet 2, and it's the uncut version. I did some like proper butchering myself and just literally printed off a cover just so I knew what it was. Hatchet 2 on top there. But yeah, so it is the uncut. I say the length of this one does make sure that it is the amount of time that it should be for the uncut version. Has English language on it, so happy to pick that up. I think that was less than a tenner, so that was worth picking up. Then these next set, these all came off of eBay. So these have been on my watch list for a long time, and I just thought I'm going to pull the trigger on them. It's time to do so. So this one was Mosquito. Yeah, I watched this the other night. I had a really good time with this one. It's really low budget, but it has some practical effects in there that are really good. Bit of gore in there. These giant mosquitoes sort of flying around. It reminds me very much of like a zombie movie almost, where this sort of group of people are sort of like forced together in the middle of nowhere, and they've just got to try and survive against this mosquito instead of zombies, essentially, all these giant mosquitoes. So if you swap out zombies for mosquitoes in a zombie movie traditional, that's pretty much what you got. This pretty much is in there, like the massive ones, the tent scenes in there. Sometimes these cover arts, you kind of get a nice picture on the cover, and you never see it in the film whatsoever. But yeah, Gunnar Hansen's in there from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They have some sort of tongue-in-cheek moments with him picking up a chainsaw. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I say, very low budgets. Don't go in expecting to see sort of like a nice polished Hollywood movie. It's definitely not that. But if you can look past that and stick with it, I had a good time with this one. So yeah, I'd recommend this one if you like that type of 80s kind of schlock movie. So this one here, when I was looking through the MVD sale from a few weeks ago, I did notice this one, but I didn't pick it up at the time. And I looked a bit more into it and decided to pull the trigger through eBay. I get this worked out £17, I think it was. Nice slip on it. Never heard of it before. That's a movie called Joysticks. So this is like a teen raunchy comedy, basically, about these teens that live, well, not don't live, but they kind of run and go to this arcade system back in the 80s. On the back there you can't see, you know. So yeah, they basically, this guy has this arcade system and all the kids want to go there and have fun. And yeah, it's what you'd expect from like an 80s teen comedy, basically. Not amazing, but had a few laughs in there. I just like these type of movies, so it ticked the box for me. Comes with a really nice slipcover. Poster inside as well, artwork on the discs. So yeah, might be worth looking into if you like those sort of teen comedies. And speaking of teen comedies, I decided finally to pull the trigger on Road Trip, and I wanted to get the unrated version. You can pick up the rated version, I think, quite easily, but I definitely wanted the unrated version of this one, because if you're going to do a teen comedy, I'd rather see the unrated version than the cut version. Yeah, absolutely love this one. It's one of those ones like American Pie, that, you know, one of my favourites from back in the day. So I think is it Tom Green in there? Yeah, Tom Green. If you know about these movies. You either like them or you don't. My kind of humour. And you can't have Road Trip, I don't think, unless you have also Euro Trip. So Euro Trip, again, for the same thing. This is the unrated version, where they do quite commonly do a rated version. So if you're looking out for it, and just make sure you get the one you want. It does clearly say on the cover for the unrated version which one it is, so you can kind of easily see. But again, yeah, I used to watch this over and over again back in the day. Just teen comedy fun. That's the kind of movies I like for comedies. And this one, I think this one was through eBay for a private seller. I had, again, different versions of this on my watch list for quite some time, but this one come up with a nice cover. By that I mean it's got English language on it and it's got a nice image on it, whereas a lot of the ones that I had on my basket for the lower price were like the Italian covers, I think. With the different name, well, not the different name, but the Italian name for the movie, which kind of bugged me a little bit. So when this came up for, I think, just under a tenner, I'd snapped it up pretty quick, and that is Lake Placid. So yeah, I watched this the other night. It's good. It's not amazing, but it's good. I enjoy these creature features. Again, my sort of era, late 90s, early 2000s. That was definitely an instant purchase for me when I saw the price come up. So then I picked up a basically they were in Amazon France. They were doing a deal where 3 movies for, I forget what it was, like €30, €28, something like that. Or it worked out about £28, £27 delivered. I think it ended up being, so you know, less than £10 a movie. So I had a good dig through that selection of movies on offer and basically pulled up anything that was either more expensive to buy in this country, or more specifically stuff that it was really hard to find in this country or just doesn't exist in this country. So yeah, I've got some real some real good titles on here that I really wanted to get, so I'll go through those. So I ended up getting, I think, 3 lots of 3, so 6, about 9 movies in total on that offer. So yeah, first one is one I did speak about quite a way back. These all have English language to my knowledge. I did check on there as best I could. But this is a movie with Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster, which no one ever talks about, and that is a movie known as The Beaver. So yeah, it's like a drama, basically, sort of a psychological drama type thing with this guy. He has this hand puppet with a beaver, of all things, and he's kind of having a bit of a mental breakdown, to be honest, and he's using this beaver to dictate his life. But yeah, if you've never heard of this or seen this, I'd highly recommend looking into this one, because I watched this on DVD from, I think, an old Blockbuster rental years ago, and was just pleasantly surprised by it. It's not it's not like a deliberately funny movie as such. It's got comedy moments in it, but it's more of a sort of like drama, I'd say. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one, and you just can't get it. I think you can get a US import for about £20 or so, but as I say, this one ended up being less than a tenner for this one. Nice slip cover on it as well, so I picked it up. Next one was, again, I think you can get to the UK, or you could have done at some point, but it seemed to be working out a pretty good deal on this one anyway, so I picked up this way. So this is Stanley Kubrick movie called Eyes Wide Shut. So I've seen this one. It's got Tom Cruise obviously on there and Nicole Kidman. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one, but it was just one that I realised that I hadn't actually picked up on the collection for Blu-ray anyway. So I thought I'd grab it and upgrade it while I had the chance. Now the next one is a movie which I didn't even realise had a Blu-ray at all. I didn't think it did, and it wasn't until I did my shelf videos that someone made a comment on that video and helped me out and just explained that I had this version. I'll try and find the comment and put it in here if I can find it. But yeah, thanks to that person who made the comment, because they said, oh yes, it has got a release and it's in France. I've got it and it's pretty good. So that is the movie Creep. So yeah, directed by Christopher Smith, the guy who did Triangle and what was the other one there? I can never remember the three of these together, these things. He's basically done three big movies. He's done Creep, Triangle, and again I'll put the third one up on the screen. I can never remember it. This is all about the London Underground horror movie. One I've had on DVD and kept for the longest time. I've still got it somewhere. There you go, that's the DVD cover you might be more familiar with, but yeah, really wanted to upgrade that to the Blu-ray, and as I say, didn't know it existed, so thank you very much. I picked that one up on that 3 for £27 deal. So the next one, I didn't realise this basically had a UK release coming the following week or near enough when I ordered this thing, but it's been on my list of movies I wanted to get for the longest time, and that is Single White Female. So again, nice slipcover on this one, and this was just under a tenner being imported in, so I figured I'd do it that way. I know a lot of people have been picking up the UK version, but yeah, so I didn't realise that was coming out in the UK. I must have missed that one. This is one with Christian Stewart in here that I did watch when it first came out. I think it came out on streaming somewhere. I had a good time with it. I thought it was a pretty decent movie, but don't think it's got a UK Blu-ray to my knowledge. And that's a movie called Underwater. So yeah, these guys are like deep down under the water there, as it suggests, and they've basically, I forget what it is, there's either some creature or something goes wrong, some flooding or something, but they have to get from under one base to another base, is my vague memory of it, but I remember having a good time with it, so saw it on the offer, I thought I'd pick it up. And the next one here is the original Patrick Swayze Roadhouse, and if you've just done the Peter Griffin voice in your head saying Roadhouse, then you are definitely someone who has the same mindset as me. But yeah, Roadhouse is the original movie there. I don't have it on Blu-ray, or didn't have it on Blu-ray. It was in that 3 for deal, so I thought, yep, I'll pick up that one as well. But from the director of The Exorcist here, I've had this on DVD way back, watched it, and I didn't mind it. I think I've kind of forgotten all about it. But again, Ashley Judd, Michael Shannon, figured I'd pick it up on the 3 for offer, and that is a movie called Bug. So yeah, I can't remember pretty much anything about it. I just remember, you know, it gets mentioned now and again online, but not very often. So I thought I'd pick it up on that 3 for £27 deal, and yeah, sure I could chuck it in the mix there. The next one was a bit of a dud, to be fair. Like I didn't realise I'd actually seen this one. But it's from the producers of The Reef and Blackwater, which I quite like both of those. It's one of those shark movies, you know, but it's probably one of the lower end shark movies. That is The Great White, so I quite like that cover there. Sort of happens in the film. It's definitely one of the lower end shark movies, but to be fair, in the summer, I'll throw this on a projector and I'll just watch it for the scenery more than anything else, to be honest. It's okay, it's like a 2 out of 5 kind of movie. And then the last one to make up the sort of last of those sets of 3 movies there was a 4K, which was on the offer. So again, I was just kind of picking these up to round them off into sets of 3, and that is the Goonies on 4K. Yeah, I've got the Goonies, really like the Goonies on Blu-ray, but I figured if they're going to offer me up the offer to get this for less than a tenner, then I would take it. So yeah, picked up the Goonies on 4K. Does come with a Blu-ray in there. Doesn't have any reversible artwork, I did check. It's just, you have to keep the little logo on there, but you know, is what it is. So then I had, when I was on the Amazon France, I thought I'd have a little look around and just see if there's any other movies that were kind of exclusive to France or other countries, if that makes sense, that you couldn't get here, or were much harder or more expensive to get here. And I picked up the movie Session 9, which I really like. Used to have it on DVD, and I know I think is it Second Sight, someone's got a nice deluxe box set of this one, which I keep thinking about getting, but it's always about £20–30. I think this was less of a tenner, so I just figured, yeah, I'm going to go for it this way, because I don't need to spend double or triple on this one. It's a good movie, but it's not an all-time favourite. But yeah, always enjoyed this one on DVD. Figured I'd pick it up for the sake of less than a tenner, like I say, and that is I've got a slipcover on there. Yeah, nice artwork. Threw it in the collection. So the next one here is a movie which again has just had a 4K release, and I've been watching it for the longest time since it's come out, thinking, should I get it? Should I get it? But it's about £23, £22, something like that. And again, it's been so long since I've watched it. I remember really enjoying it back in the day. I just can't remember if it's worth the £22, £23. So when less than a tenner again came along, I thought I'm going to go for it through this release. And this is the French release of the movie called The Dreamers. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I watched this when it came through, and yeah, it was really good. The transfer on it is really nice as well. So you know, I'm quite happy that I didn't actually pick up the 4K. Any subtitles that are on here do come through as English, so you can understand the whole movie and what's going on. But yeah, I really like this one. So an upgrade from a DVD for me, so I thought I'd pick it up, throw it in the mix. And then the last one I picked up there was a movie that I really love. And again, this is probably one of the most underrated movies, maybe, or the most unspoken of movies out there in the community, as far as I'm aware. Really hard to track down because it has a different alternative name in France, so I had to be sure it was definitely the same thing that I was talking about. So in the UK, I had the DVD of this, and it was called Right at Your Door. If I can find an image of it, I'll try and pop it up here. But yeah, I watched this around a mate's house years ago, and I was just amazed by it. It's not, you know, it's not a fantastic movie, but for me, it went places I didn't expect, and I was just more than happy with that. So I've always loved it since that day, and I couldn't believe I could get a Blu-ray of it through France, because it seems to be the only country that's doing it. So yeah, this movie I know as Right at Your Door, but over there it's Los Angeles Alert Maximum. But yeah, it's like a contamination movie. So if you like contamination movies, quite low budget, I think, from memory, kind of set in one location pretty much as well. I think he drives down the street for about, you know, a couple of 100 yards and comes back again at one point. But yeah, essentially the sort of guideline on this, or the outline of this, is this guy who's living in the house with his partner. He sort of, like, you know, waves her off goodbye to work. One day she goes off before him and he's at the house. A little while later, there's a news broadcast spread out saying that someone's let off a dirty bomb, and that everyone should stay home, and you know, all hell breaks out. So he's sort of like worried. Should he go and find her? Should he go and try and track her down? Should he do what they're saying and just stay put? And it's like a bit of a dilemma about what to do. So he does start going out looking for her, and then he finds out he can't really get anywhere because everything's been shut down. So he comes back home again, starts like panicking in the house a bit, and yeah, I won't say too much more than that, but I'd go in blind, I'd say, if you end up picking this one up, or even the DVD, I'd suggest getting, if you can, get your hands on it, or streaming, wherever you can find it. I highly recommend this one. If you like contamination movies, say don't spoil anything for yourself by looking too deep into it, just go with it. Don't remember, it's not a polished Hollywood movie, it's a lower budget movie, but I really love it. So yeah, that's Right at Your Door. So that is it. That is everything I picked up in the month of August. I did get a few pre-orders in this month as well, which already, I think they're coming out September, October time. So yeah, I did spend a bit more. And obviously I picked up, I'll just grab the ones I forgot to mention. Almost forgot. So if you didn't see, I did pick up the Blue Underground version of Hell of the Living Dead and Rat's Night of Terror for £3.50 at a charity shop this month. Picked up the Homegrown Horrors Volume 2 set in, again, a charity shop this month from Vinegar Syndrome. The 4K edition of Gorgo, that was again in the charity shop, fantastic condition, videos up on the channel. And then China O'Brien, 1 and 2 in 4K again, Vinegar Syndrome from a charity shop. Unbelievable. So that is all I picked up this month. Yeah, so quite a long video, nearly half hour long, so yeah, I'll leave it there. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers guys, bye. I almost forgot to mention, I picked up Challengers as well from HMV, but controversially, I didn't really like it. I was bored. I'm really not a big sports fan, so maybe that's something to do with it, but I have enjoyed other sports movies, and I don't like sport of their type either. But yeah, I picked this one up. It wasn't for me, so this is going back to CEX, so yeah, I'm going to trade this one in. But yeah, almost forgot to mention Challengers.